everybody, welcome to this week's edition of Imagine That. I'm Tim Parker.
I'm Rick Rickard.
Hey, and we are getting closer to the Christmas holiday.
It is almost that time of year.
Yeah,
So a little over a week.
Yeah, we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and kind of, I guess we'll start the live stream out just really talking
this
about
week's
what the next
edition
couple
of
of weeks
Imagine That.
look like for us.
That would be great.
Yeah, so we will be here through the rest of this week.
It's almost that time of year.
So
A little over a week.
14 is here.
Right, we work 4 10-hour days, Monday through Thursday, and then Friday our office is closed, but we do check info at ittworld.com if there's any specifics or any needs that arise in that case. So we're always kind of on duty if you need us, but if it's nothing serious, then we'll get back to you on Monday when we return. And then we're actually going to be Christmas break.
Yes, so Christmas break starts the 24th.
24th.
Right, Christmas Eve.
Correct.
And we will not return to the office anyway. We won't return to the office until January 2nd.
January 2nd.
So I know you were saying, info at ITT World. I know you and I and others are typically
Quite a few others. Yes.
available, even when we're not here. I know hopefully Joni's not watching this right now because
She would be a little upset, as would my wife, who likes boundaries. So, yes, we are, unfortunately, if you need to pray for us, we're workaholics. And if you probably email us, even after hours, even on weekends, you will get a response.
Yep, and those that have our mobiles can even reach us that way from
Absolutely.
time to time.
So,
But we digress.
yes, we're here to serve, and if you need to reach us, info at ittworld.com or sales-related, sales at ittworld.com, and we would welcome your emails even when we're closed or after hours or the holiday break.
Sure.
So,
Happy to follow up with you just as quick as we can. So we just talked about we're closed from Christmas Eve till back on January 2nd, but we also want to talk about the Christmas holiday coming up and the unfortunately the lack of people that we have over there right now in Israel.
yes,
But we've got some great news to share about the upcoming year and trips to be able to be planned. I know Israel's making some strides to kind of
tremendous strides.
to secure the area.
Correct.
They've done some proactive things to kind of create
A buffer zone.
a buffer zone and for the vacuum to not be filled by something that they've been dealing with for a lot of years or even something worse. So
Correct.
they've I think moved into Syria to create that buffer and
Correct.
make sure that people don't that as the Syrian armory has kind of backed away from that area, make sure that something worse doesn't come in, right?
Yeah, they're trying to be proactive,
Yeah.
and it's not an easy task, but it's something they need to do. So you will see Israel and the IDF at times in Syria, as well as in parts of Lebanon and the buffer zone, just to ensure safety for all of its people, as well as tourists.
Yeah.
So things are going well. We actually have a couple folks right now that are in Israel. They've been there the last 5 days, and today I believe they were in the Galilee.
Wow.
So they started in Tel Aviv, and they're with one of our guides, and they've been traveling around. As you know, we have some incredible guides, about 35 to 40 that work for us on a regular basis, both Israeli guides and wonderful Palestinian Christian guides. But this guide happens to be Ronnie Winter. Some of you know him.
Ronnie, yes.
He's been with us for well over 20 plus years, and he is also an archaeologist and a specialist and historian and storyteller and so much more. And so he's been guiding 2 of our VIP clients that have been wanting to explore Israel on their own, just to see that it's safe. And the beauty is they have not seen anything out of the norm. They've had a wonderful trip, and no surprise. So that's wonderful to see. And of course, we have groups that will be starting back up to Israel as early as the first week of January.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that as well.
Yeah, and for those that were concerned about whether they're going to be able to go north or not, that's opened back up.
Completely open.
Yeah.
So Banyas, or better known as Caesarea Philippi, is open till Dan.
Okay.
Jeroboam's Gate,
Yep.
that whole area, the altar, everything in that whole area is open. So all the roads in that area are open as well. And honestly, the best part, even though it's going to be slow going, those that have been displaced from their homes in the north, particularly the Israelis, are able to return to their homes. Unfortunately, from what we hear, about a third of them have been, ransacked or hit with different debris and so forth through the time. But so some of them are going to have renovations and things to do, which is extremely sad. So please pray for them as they go through this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But the good news is families are returning back to the north, and we're excited about that.
That's awesome.
So first time in 14 months.
Yeah. So what Israel's doing is working. They're able to move people back north if they're able to move back into their homes. That's great. Tourism is
resuming.
is always a key indicator that things are good. Families are going to return back to homes and schools, and tourism is going to open back up. So a lot of good stuff happening in Israel.
Well, the biggest question everybody seems to ask is, are all the biblical sites open? And the answer is yes.
Yeah.
They're all open. You can go to Jericho, you can go to Bethlehem, you can go to Nazareth, you can go to the northern Galilee without any issues. You name it, for the most part, you can do it. There's still some areas that even under normal conditions, certain areas in Samaria and certain places that you might need a little extra security or something like that. But for the most part, our groups don't go to those areas unless it's a special request.
Yeah.
So
if you want to plan your tour to Israel, great time right now, right?
it's probably the best time you could have. I would tell you, if you're planning to put your trip together and choose dates, particularly for next year, please do them quickly. Because 25 is probably going to sell out. I know people are going to say, "You're kidding me." Well, it was the same way that it was after COVID.
Sure.
And all of a sudden, everybody wants to go, and there you have it. And so many trips that we've had that were scheduled for 24 have rolled over and been rescheduled to 25. So those groups are still on the books. And then there's new inquiries. So the pent-up demand is incredible. And if you really want my opinion, either choose your dates for the fall of 25 and do them quickly, or look at early 26, and we've got some great specials as well for pastors who want to go and check it out in January and February and so forth.
Yeah. And we've got we have a fam trip set up right now for May.
Correct.
Israel fam. So if you are looking, it's amazing pricing. So if you are looking to travel over either for your first time, to kind of experience that, or if you want to be able to travel over, you've been multiple times, but you want to be able to speak from firsthand experience about what Israel is like, we certainly are welcoming anybody that would like to travel on that May trip.
Yeah, we're excited about being able to have pastors come back and experience it. And like Tim said, if you've been before but you want to return and you just want to see it again, even as we would call as an inspection trip, if you're a pastor, as a clergy, doing it at a discounted price, highly discounted for this May of 2025, please inquire and we'll send you the information immediately. So that's no problem at all.
Yeah.
And you can still register for that. And then anything else in regards to Israel that you wanted to touch on?
Well, just that pricing. I mean, that pricing is unheard of in May, to be able to travel over there in May.
Do you remember the price?
Yeah, I think it's $9.95.
$9.95, land only, 10 days, and that's for May of 2025. Includes gratuities, includes 2 meals a day, first-class hotels, all your sightseeing. The only thing that's not included is airfare, and then we will reimburse back to them when you come back with a group of your own.
Yeah.
The $9.95.
Yeah, I think it's the whatever the tips, minus the tips.
Minus the tips.
Yep. So
that's incredible.
Yep. So that is that's an amazing price. I can't believe you were able to secure that for May.
Well, and we already put that out there last week, and we already have about a dozen pastors that have already contacted us wanting to go in May of next year. So we're off to a good start, and I have a feeling in the next 2 weeks between now and the end of the year, hopefully we'll be able to fill the trip up.
Yep. So that's exciting. So we've got that coming. We also have an April Greece fam.
Yep, that's April 21.
Yep.
April 21 to Greece. I think we have 5 cabins that are remaining. So if you're a pastor and you're out there and you've not done Greece and the Footsteps of Paul, and it includes also our 3-night Greek Island cruise, we would love to welcome you. We have 5 cabins still remaining, and then we will sell out. We've already closed out all of our March groups, and by the beginning of the new year, we'll be closing out very quickly our April trips as well, because we have to release all cabins that we don't use at a minimum of 120 days or a little bit outside of that, so we're not penalized. So we have to act relatively quickly.
Yeah.
So
for that, for the FAM, you need to go ahead and get signed up. We only have 5 cabins for that. But also, if you're considering doing Greece in 25, we only have 7 dates, I believe.
we have 7 dates that we're still holding for late summer, August, September, October, and November. And we say 7 dates that we're actually holding space with the cruise lines for new groups to book. And all of our other dates we have sold. So we're excited about that. I think we started with close to 60 or 62 dates, and we only have a few left. So next year will be another phenomenal year for Greece, which we're excited. And of course, a lot of that has to do with, the situation with Israel. But now that Israel is getting back to normal, and we believe to come the new year, you'll see tourism start to just return as it had before, just like it was after COVID.
Yeah.
So that's our hope and our prayer.
Yeah. So we've got Greece, another trip that we have planned for May that people can jump on board, but we have very few spots left for that. Is going to be the river cruise, the Rhine River Cruise.
Yes, we have a Rhine River Cruise. I think we have 3 cabins that are remaining, which are for pastors as a discounted fam trip.
Yep.
And then I believe we have, if we understand, 2 on the same dates in May that for the river cruise. I think we have 4 other cabins for regular travelers to join.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which would be wonderful. So we would love to fill that up, but I have a feeling we'll sell it out like we've done with quite a few of our other dates.
Yeah.
And the river cruises are great. And where is that river cruise for May going?
It starts off in Basel, France. So we start in Basel. You actually fly into Zurich.
Yep.
I think you stay the night there. You drive the next day to Basel, board your floating hotel, which is pretty amazing.
7 nights?
Yep, 7 nights. So you leave Basel. You head up to you head to Strasbourg. We do Heidelberg and Worms. You end up in Cologne, and then you pass through Cologne. You stop in Cologne, and then you end up in Amsterdam.
Yes.
So, which is an amazing trip. We've kind of done a little bit of that. We did that back in April, but we didn't start as far south as this one does. So I'm excited about. You and I've been several times to Strasbourg together.
Yes.
And,
Heidelberg.
Yep, Heidelberg. So getting to see that from the boat is going to be really, really, really nice.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been to Cologne to see the cathedral, it's probably one of the most beautiful cathedrals out there. Wasn't damaged during the war.
Yeah.
It was, but small part of it.
Yeah,
but it's pretty amazing to say the least.
So many amazing spots. So we've got that river cruise as a fam. You also are planning one on the Danube.
We are doing one for the Danube as well. It will be a clergy fam trip, so we're going to get ready to roll that out the start of the new year.
Yeah.
So that will be one more.
And that's going to happen in the fall, I think.
Correct. So that will give us a little more lead time.
So we'll stay on board with river cruises. There's one thing that happens in between that one and the one that I'm fixing to talk about. But let's talk about the river cruise, the Christmas market river cruise.
It's one of our favorites.
Yep. So that Zach and I got to go over in this past November and see them preparing for it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. So it's going to be huge. So I can't wait to get back and see what that looks like at the actual time. But that's going to be, I think, the last week of November. Or no, it's the first week of December. 12/5, I think.
Correct. 12/5.
So December 5th, that goes off. We have space for just our passengers, and
Correct.
then we have a few spots for
Correct.
pastors to be able to come and for a fam rate, right?
Correct. We actually have 3 groups that are traveling at that time period. actually regular groups. So if you're a regular traveler, not a pastor, and you want to join a group, we have the Christmas market. You'll be on the same river cruise as we'll be on. And then if you're a pastor and you want to experience it, this would be a great opportunity as well. The nice thing about the Christmas market is it's a slower paced trip. So if you're looking for something that's a little slower paced and a little less walking, it's ideal. And what we have not touched on so far is food. So I will tell you, the neat thing about when you visit a lot of these little cities, or little towns as we say, each town likes to be known for the different kind of ways that they prepare their brats, or your bratwurst. And so some of them will grill them over pine nuts.
Yep.
Some will do different types of seasonings, and it can almost be a eating frenzy.
Yes.
So I highly recommend doing something like that if you want. The culture's great. They also have, what is that kind of wine that they do? Because it's a little bit cooler.
It's like mulled wine, or it's like a heated wine.
A heated
right?
wine,
Yeah.
and people enjoy doing that. And it's all set up for Christmas. It's all decorated. Lots of shops. I mean, when we say shopping and doing everything in these little towns, there's probably set up 30, 40, maybe even 50 little, almost like kiosks, representing all different kinds of stuff. I think it's, is it Glühwein?
Glühwein? Glühwein. Remember, you guys said
Okay,
that.
so you said it properly. I didn't, so, but we definitely would say, hey, join us for that. If you want to do a Christmas market cruise, that's a great thing as well. So
Yeah.
I think we've touched on the river cruises.
Touched on the river cruises, but I want to briefly share. So amazing food on these trips. But if you just so happen to luck up to travel with Rick, well, then it even adds to it. So
We don't miss an opportunity,
Yes.
and we like to stop at all the little shops and try the different things, and that's part of the fun. The wonderful pretzels that they have with the butter, and everything's freshly made, and all different types of flavors, and you name it.
Rick wants to try it, but he buys it for everybody so that he can
I do.
try it.
So travel with us. Join us on one of the dates that we're on, and have a great time as well as some incredible culture and some great guides. But the cities are wonderful, and I mean, literally, you walk right off the ship, and again, we take it for granted because we're familiar with it. But the cool thing about the river cruises, there's no seasickness. Everything is simple. You get off the ship, and you're right there in these towns, and you get to see them, and you say to yourself, it's spectacular.
Yeah.
So when we say, we travel the way it's meant to be, we actually mean that.
Yep.
And that's the whole idea. So a lot of time and work has gone into the planning of these so that when you travel, it's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And we want you to come back and say, that's incredible.
That's awesome. Yeah. Come try it out. The river cruises. The one thing that we haven't talked about is the Reformation Fam that we have going off in November.
Yes, I almost forgot about that one.
So that one, we fly into Geneva. Zach and I just returned from that. You and I did that back in February.
Yes.
Zach and I did that this past November. You fly into Geneva. You leave Geneva. You go to Zurich with a stop in between. You visit a little town called Bern.
It's a wonderful town, by the way. It's kind of a town that's lost in time.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful place. Walking down the main street, then you go to Zurich. From Zurich, we stop in a little town called Rickvier.
Yes.
Stop there, and they have some amazing cookies and shops, and just it's a great time a great break as you're traveling to Strasbourg, and then of course we're in Strasbourg. And then we move into Germany after Strasbourg. So,
So Switzerland, France, and Germany.
yes. So a lot of ground to cover there, but an amazing trip, and it's beautiful over there during the.
And you cover Wittenberg and Erfurt and
Yes.
Eisenach and Berlin and
Yeah.
a few other places.
Yeah.
Do you do Eisleben?
We don't make it to Eisleben.
Okay.
So you can add that to your trip whenever you go back. But,
Perfect.
yes. So, but lots of amazing spots. That's a Reformation Fam that we have that's coming up in November. You can go ahead and start registering for that. All of our fam trips are on our website.
Correct. So go to our website if you haven't been there and check them out.
Yep.
That'd be great.
So, and if you're a passenger looking to travel somewhere, I mean, you can go on and type in, click on a destination, and it's going to list every trip that we have available for you to join.
Correct.
Whether that be in January, well, you won't be able to join January right now, but probably April, May.
April, May.
Possibly still join.
Yep, from probably the third week of April onward.
Okay.
So
that, and then of course we just want to reiterate to pastors, we have lots of opportunities for you to be able to experience some of our tours. And if you've already experienced some of that and you want to get to planning, of course, you can catch up with us at sales@ittworld.com.
Yep.
You're welcome to call in at 863-709-9208. But get that contact into us, and we're happy to start planning those tours for you, or answer any questions that you have about anything.
Correct.
So.
And I think a lot of people always ask, what makes us different? Every tour that we do is fully customized. So no two tours are exactly the same. We may start with very similar programs, and then by the time that we work with them and work with you on the specifics, every single one is customized.
Yeah.
And that's what makes us unique in the market. So we don't want to just have a trip off the shelf, as they say. We want it to be the way that you want it, and we want it to be as perfect as possible.
Yeah. So if you have specific hotels that you're looking to travel to and stay at, or a guide, that's best to go ahead and let's start talking about that. Even if it's in 2026 that you're looking to travel, the first
Yes.
part, the middle, really a great time to go ahead and plan that and get your request in because I can tell you, once everybody really understands where Israel's at right now, and
Yes.
they've kind of gotten it in their heads that it's good to go to be back, it's going to go back to being extremely busy.
It will be, and here we are telling you before it happens. It's just how it was with COVID, and COVID was over, and all of a sudden, I remember very, very first month that COVID was over 60 groups traveled.
Wow.
So one of our biggest months, and people wanted to travel, and we see the same happening. So it's just a matter of time, guys, and the guides fill up quickly. So keep in mind, many of these tours have already rescheduled. So their guides have also rescheduled for those trips. So that's already taken place, and they may not be available when you want them. So the sooner you can decide on your travel dates and the further out that you can plan your trip, the better.
Yep. So, well, I think we've pretty much covered everything we had hoped to.
Yeah, that's great.
So we sincerely hope that your holiday season, this Christmas season where we get to celebrate the birth of Christ, is extremely special for you and your family. We consider all of you that have traveled with us family, and
Yes, we do, and thank you for that.
yes, we look forward to seeing you after the first of the year. We will begin our streams again the week after the first. So I think we return on the second, which I believe would be a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. And then we'll start that following Tuesday
So
with
our-
our streams.
Yeah, so our goal will be, I think, will be January 7th.
January 7th.
That's
Okay.
our goal.
Great.
I'm not promising, but that's our goal. Again, just for a holiday Christmas hours and people wanting to know, we are closed Christmas Eve, December 24th, and we will reopen January 2nd. And, keep in mind, if you need to reach us, you can email us during that time that we're closed at info@ittworld.com. And even on December 23rd, we will have limited hours. I believe our office will be closing at 12:30,
Okay.
right at lunchtime. So our staff can actually go home and prep and have time with their family and get ready for the holidays as well. We are incredibly grateful
Yes.
for a wonderful year, even though it wasn't the year that we expected. Thank you for sticking by us. So many of you have been so encouraging, and many of you have, rescheduled or rebooked or even chose to go to different destinations, and we want to say thank you.
Yes.
That means a great deal to us. We are positioned and ready for the new year, and we're excited about what 2025 and then 2026 has to offer. So thank you for your support. Thank you for being part of our family. and allowing us to do what we love to do. And honestly, it's to have you travel with us, and whenever possible, where we can bring the scriptures to life, or you can have an opportunity to learn about early Christianity, or whether it's the Reformation. We really appreciate it, and we want to share that with you. Our goal always, and we have this, whether you realize it or not, is to honor God, impact lives, and enrich faith. Yeah. And that's our goal. That's something we love to do. In all that we do, if we can honor God, impact lives, and enrich faith.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, what a blessing this is for us to be able to experience this with you all. It's been a huge part of my walk. Looks like Nancy signed in late, but we're excited that you're here, Nancy. We appreciate you signing in, and we wish you a very Merry Christmas as well.
Thank you.
So look forward to catching up with you after the first of the year. If anybody needs us between now and December 23rd at 12:30, of course, reach out through info@ITT World or sales@ittworld.com, or you can give us a call at the office.
Yep, we'd love to talk to you or email with you. Again, thank you. We're extremely grateful, and we're blessed to be where we are, and to have weathered the storms, and to know that the future looks great.
Yes.
So we have much to be thankful for.
Yeah. And we look forward to catching up with you whenever we return. But thank you all for everything, just your friendship and your love and all of those things, and we send that back to you guys in prayers as well. So look forward to making contact with you after the first of the year.
Wishing you and your families a joyous Christmas and a healthy New Year, and blessings to you at this time.
Merry Christmas and God bless.
Merry Christmas.